not playing this year going into the regular season, just where you feel this group is and what it was able to do in training camp.
Yeah, I feel great about where we are. Much different than last year. I mean, I think we've said it all off-season, all spring long, even in training camp. We're in a much better place than we were we are right now than we were at this time last year. Just with the installation, just with the details of everything. Not only that for myself, getting all the reps, not having to miss time, and then just really practicing against our guys. I mean, I think that's some of the best work I'm going to be able to get is going against that pass rush for my speed, for my time clock, for that purpose. It's felt like preseason games. I mean, you saw the last couple of days at least, and then going back to camp. I mean, we've always talked about iron sharpens iron, but those guys are getting after. Those guys are making it tough on me. Great, obviously, in the secondary. They make it tough on the receivers. So I feel like we've gotten a lot of those reps, although we haven't been able to go into the preseason. So right now it's about making sure that we cross our T's and dot our I's in this last week or so before we head in.
You always talk about, obviously there's expectations of the Cowboys quarterback. Any extra pressure on this team, on you guys, because the drought has been so long?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, we've got to the pressure is what you put on yourselves. And so, I mean, I think at the end of the day, we got to understand that our standard is win. Simple as that. And we hold ourselves to a high standard and high expectations. And so nobody wants to end this drought more than the guys in this locker room. I can promise you that. And so for us, it's about making sure that we know our identity. We believe in our identity as a team. We go out there, we play complementary football on all three levels. And I think if we do that, just from what we've built on the offseason to the training camp to now, it's promising.
Dak, where do you feel the chemistry is between you and McCarthy and everything, in terms of flow before the pre-snap and all that?
Yeah, good. I mean, going back to the spring, I mean, he's been calling. It's been some time now that we've been able to communicate, been able to understand his purpose in calling plays, as we always say, the play caller's purpose, and understand what he's looking for me to do, whether it's take the shot, whether it's checking it down, or maybe it's all that's within one play. So the communication is 100%, honestly, and then just being able to be on the headsets and hear the way that he's calling the games, the pace that he's getting it in. That only makes me excited to hear it and just to be in a game mode and just know he's going to get rolling. As I told y'all last week, or I don't know when I said it, that's when he's at his best, and you can realize that this guy's called a lot of games, and he's had a lot of experience in calling games. So I mean, I think he, as much as anybody, is excited about getting back into that mode and being for real.
Dak, what excites you about having Tyron? He was able to get through everything here this summer, and obviously missed the time. He's missed a bunch of games here last few years. What excites you most about having him?
Yeah, I mean, just obviously, as you just said, him being able to be healthy, get the reps, and as I said, same for myself. So, I mean, understand this is a physical game, and it takes a toll on you. And a guy that's, in year 13 of his career, stayed according to his practice schedule, took the veteran days when he needed them, but when he was available and when he was when he could and it was scheduled, he was out there giving his best, going against some of the best pass rushers in the league and just getting better. So that's a guy from the time that I've come in, when he's been healthy, that's a side that you don't have to worry about. And so, yeah, thankful that he's feeling well and he's going to continue to.
You said same for yourself. How healthy are you? How would you compare your health and feeling going through the season compared to the last few years?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed. I'm thankful. Yeah, I'm healthy. And it's one of those things you don't want to harp on too much, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I am much different than the past few years and just trying to continue to stay that way and take care of my body.
With your rapport with Brandon Cooks, has it maybe even gotten a little bit better than maybe you even would have expected? Like, where did you think it was going to be when you guys added him and then where it is now?
Yeah, I mean, just understanding when we added him, going back and looking at his resume, looking at the guys he's played with, quarterbacks and the coaches he's played under, I knew we were getting a true professional. But I guess you can say he's exceeded my expectations, and it's really just the man he is, honestly, and the way that he's come in, he's led this group. He's taken every responsibility that we've given him head on and has mastered that. And so now it's about just going out there and putting it to real game action. But, I mean, a player like that, the chemistry was expedited just in the way that he prepares and just how talented he is, understanding where all 22 guys are on the field and their purpose. And so it's exciting having a guy like that and adding him to that room, knowing he brings a lot of value to not only our offense, but particularly that room as a leader.
Why didn't
Cooks and Turpin, Pollard, Deuce, I mean, not the biggest guys in the world, but can you talk about the speed that they're adding there on offense?
Yeah, a lot of speed. We're a team that yeah, I mean, you just said it. You can name a lot of guys, and you probably missed a few guys there alone that have speed and that are playmakers. Really, at the end of the day, speed's one thing, but to be a playmaker is another thing. And so, for me, it's about getting these guys the ball, whether it's in the run game, whether it's in the pass game, whether it's just out in space, allowing them to go do what they do best, and that's break tackles, make people miss, and show off their speed. And so, yeah, we've got a handful of guys, and that's going to make my job easier.
Piggybacking on that, you were doing this kickoff yesterday. You were talking to D. Ware, and you said that Mike talked to you about not forcing big plays because you guys have big playmakers out there. Was that an issue last year, or do you say, or that's just something he's emphasizing more, not to force the big plays?
I mean, sometimes I just talk to talk. I don't know how much that's been.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if anybody understands, I know it's him. Yeah, I mean, that just goes into this defense, to be honest with you. I don't know that's something that's been heavily emphasized, but it's just go back and look at last year and you look at some of the turnovers, you can say, yeah, you're forcing them there. You know what I'm saying? That was higher risk than reward. And in that sense, when you have a defense like this, it's just about, understand they're going to get you the ball back. And so just stay within the play when that shot's called and that look is ideal for that. Yeah, take advantage of it. But if not, just get through the progression. As I said, use my feet, check it down, live to play another play. And I think that just goes in hand with his play calling and that play calling purpose, as well as understanding who I've got around me, just not only on the offensive side, but, as I said, the defense to get the ball back.
Dak, following up on Cooks.
Yeah, for sure.
How far into that process are you now, and do you have to guard against that in week one when you have so much time over an offseason you're ready for a team?
No, I mean, I don't think you've got to guard against that. I mean, understanding that I wasn't playing preseason a week ago allowed me to move forward, watch some of their past games, and watch our games, our history with them. And, yeah, I mean, yeah, you've got to prepare. I mean, it's game one. You want to start off high. You want to start off the right way. And when you've got that time, you've got to use it.
Dak, following up on Cooks, just the deep ball, we've heard CD, a lot of people talk about the more emphasis on it. Just for you as a quarterback, I mean, what are you looking forward to that, and what kind of goes into, having an effective deep ball threat?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just matchups. I mean, yeah, obviously I'm looking forward to it, being able to stretch the field, having a guy like that who can take the top off. But the last thing I can do is chase that. I can't come back there knowing I've got him there and just look for that only and not underneath for what's there. And that, once again, that just goes into the whole play call and what's the purpose in that play call. And as I said, if that's the ideal look, whether it's a matchup or whether the coverage looks great for that, yeah, I'm going to take advantage of it and I'm going to push the ball downfield. But he's a guy that, I mean, just go back, look at his resume. He can stretch the field. He can beat a lot of guys one-on-one, and I think you'll see that.
Why weren't you up on the? Why weren't you on the?
Always had a lot of questions about his height, but having worked with him this offseason, and he got a lot of work with ones early. I mean, what's impressed you about him, and what can he bring potentially this offense?
Yeah, he can bring a lot to this offense. He's a playmaker. He's not just a gadget guy. He's not just a guy that you just want to get out and out of the backfield into space. But I mean, we've seen he can run between the tackles. Obviously, probably using that height to his advantage. And so, yeah, everybody gets criticized for something, and so that's what they've picked for him. But I'm sure that he's used that to be a star, I guess you can say, or just, something that's on his armor that he wants to prove people wrong. And I know he'll do that. He's a hell of a player. He approaches the game the right way. Young guy, but acts like he's been in this league for a while. And, yeah, excited for what all he's going to bring to this team.
Why weren't you on the plane?
Say again?
Why were you not on the plane in Seattle?
I did take the plane to Seattle. What you talking about?
The Cooks plane. Or did you turn the invitation down?
It was pregame, and I wasn't able to have a drink before. In all honesty. Appreciate you.